Hello everyone. Today we're going to do a quick video on making some lighter adjustment tools for a bunch of my cigar smoking buddies. You can see that one end has a little screwdriver and the other end has a little pin. The screwdriver is for adjusting the flame on lighters with a little plastic adjustment knob, or not really a knob, an inset thing that usually everybody breaks their thumbnail trying to adjust it. And the little pin is to bleed the lighter, which again, everybody's always searching for something to stick down in there to push on the filler tube to bleed it. So making a bunch of these up for my buddies, and I thought I would go ahead and shoot a video of it. So let's get started. We're going to start by inserting a piece of 3/8 inch hex bar stock into an ER32 hex collet and facing off the end, and then turning down the diameter to make the pin. And we're going to do this step for all of the lighter tools, and then we'll move on to the next step. Sorry, I realized as I was looking at the videos that I have that I somehow misplaced all of the video I shot showing how the process of turning down the pen for bleeding. In any event, you all get the picture. You have seen things turned many, many times. It's basically the same as we're doing here. We're turning down the diameter on each of these for the little screwdriver end, just not turning it down quite as far. Next, we're going to put each of the lighter tools back in the ER32 collet, change our tool over, and chamfer the ends of the hex, and just take the burr off of the end used to bleed the lighter. We don't want to chamfer the end with the screwdriver because the next operation for that's going to be performed on the mill. So now we've got our ER32 hex collet set up in a collet block in the vise on the mill, and we're setting up the stop that I built. You can see some pictures of this in the Shop Made Tools video I did. I made this stop specifically for this application. As you'll see in a bit, that arm swings up out of the way, so that after I get the part positioned, I can bring the mill in and cut from the left-hand side over and make the little screwdriver shape there. It doesn't have to be very precise. Even if it's off a couple hundredths, nobody's going to notice because nobody's getting more than one of these tools, so they'll never know that they're slightly different. It's just an aid for me to get the part set up pretty darn close to where it needs to be, so each of the operations is a little easier. Now we're setting up an edge finder to find the center of the round part where the we're going to cut the screwdriver end, so that we can just go, I believe it ends up being 0.169 off of center on either side, and then mill from left to right. Um, don't remember the dimensions on that, to cut each of the screwdriver heads. So now we've got our part set back up in the ER32 collet. We've got a 5/16 in mill, and we've got our part set where we want it. We've got the center line of the part established. We're going to swing the stop out of the way and mill both sides of the screwdriver head. And we're going to do this for each one of the lighter tools. Now we're down to the second to last operation, which is drilling a hole for the key ring to go through. And once again, I'm using the stop to set up the position of the part in the collet so that I don't have to measure for it each and every time. And just to make it quicker, the position of the hole is not critical. Again, it's not a precise part. So we'll do this for each of the tools, and then we'll move on to the last step, which is deburring and polishing and putting the rings on each one of the tools. So here is the collection of completed lighter tools, both in polished brass and in polished stainless steel. I think my friends will enjoy these. And here's an example of the use of the tool. As you can see, the little slot that the screwdriver fits in, and the bleeding tip to bleed the reservoir. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, I'd appreciate it if you subscribe, and I'll catch you later. Take care.